fans, ASMR Sports right back at you. And if you watch this channel or have watched it during any basketball videos, you've probably heard me mention my love for Luka Doncic, who is far and away my favorite basketball player, current basketball player. Actually, before Luka Doncic, my favorite player was Patrick Ewing. I used to love the Knicks. I still like the Knicks a little bit, but I don't know. I have a hard time following them. They're usually kind of a train wreck, but anyways, yeah, Luka Doncic, since he came on the scene, has been a favorite of mine. However, I didn't really appreciate him right away. And if you've been around a while, you may have seen or heard me reference some of my 2018 videos, maybe 2019 too, where I was opening 2018 products and pulled, some crazy Luka Doncic cards. I think I had at least a couple autos, and I had one very low numbered select rookie of his that was at one time worth like $30,000 or $40,000, but I sold it for like, I don't know, $400 or $500. So it took me a while. I didn't keep those early cards. I should have, but I didn't. And most of the cards that you'll see here are cards that I've, pulled from packs in relatively recent years or acquired in the past, I don't know, 3 years or so. So actually a lot of the better cards that you'll see in this video I bought for more than they're worth, even now with the recent run-up in price for him. It's like a pretty minor run-up in price, and things are just so down in the sports card industry overall that I'm still way underwater on a lot of the stuff that you'll see here. So yeah, I guess that's all to say. It's not too late to buy this guy since his prices have been higher, but his performance is pretty nuts right now. This first card is Chronicles, a Chrome card from 2018 Chronicles. It has a little scratch on it, otherwise I would have sent this in for grading because it's actually pretty nicely centered, has nice corners. But yeah, that one little kind of chrome scratch on there is going to make it probably an 8 or 9 or maybe a 9. If it could get a 9, actually probably worth sending, but I don't know if that would even qualify for a 9. So keeping it raw. This card actually I think was pulled with a 2018 Absolute Memorabilia autograph of Luka that I pulled back I think around in 2018, and might even be from the same box. So pretty amazing box. The autograph was just a plain autograph, might have been a sticker auto too. I sold that for like $100 back in like 2019, I think. It might have been 20. I don't know. I think it was 2019. Yeah. Anyways, this card is kind of nice because it's a rookie. It's numbered to 75. It's a level 3, and I think there's like levels 1, 2, and 3, and 3 is the most rare. And it's a rookie, so pretty cool card. At one time, I was trying to sell it for $40, but that was probably a long time ago, back when I sold that other stuff of his in 2019. But I'm glad I still have it. I'm sure this is probably like, I don't know, maybe like a $100 card or a little less. That's my guess. I haven't looked up much of this. Actually, I haven't looked up any of these in quite some time, but this is just a second year pink ice card that I pulled from something that I opened. I can't remember what these come out of. I feel like they're out of one of the mega boxes. So maybe a Target mega box or something would have had this, but pulled this and it was pretty cool. That's just a base 2019 hoops, I think. Yeah, so just a second year hoops. Just throwing it in there. And that's a 2019, I believe, Mosaic. Yeah, base card. So no real value there. And a base 2019 Prizm. This is a 2019 Absolute Memorabilia second year card of his. Just a base card, so really not too much value. So those cards there are the only ungraded cards you will see in this video. Everything else is graded, and I have sent in for grading a lot of stuff. A lot of Luka stuff. I mean, almost every Luka I have, I've sent in. Whoa, the heck was that? Oh, that was the box next to me with all these cards. So a lot of things I've sent in, but I've also bought a lot of graded Lukas. So maybe about half and half, what you'll see here. You know, self-submitted versus purchased. So this is the kind of thing that I would not certainly send in now, but back when I sent this in, you know, in whatever 2020, you know, any Luka that was a PSA 10 was going to be probably a $40 or $50 card. So this is like the basiest of the base. It's a second year, not even a rookie. You know, paper subset out of 2019 Chronicles and a PSA 9, so it's probably like a $4 or $5 card right now, but I don't really care. I consider myself a collector of Luka, you know, as well as an investor. So I'm happy to have any card slabbed of him, you know, at least one of them. So I have no regrets. Plus, I probably only paid like $11 to grade that, so nowadays you'd pay a lot more. Another 9. I don't think I've gotten any 8s from any Lukas that I've submitted. I generally only send stuff in if I think it's got a shot at a 10. So that means generally it's going to be either a 9 or a 10 coming back. So this is at least a rookie card. It's a very low-end rookie card out of Chronicles. And you'll see a lot of Chronicles stuff in here because I've opened a fair bit of it. But anyways, you know, always nice to have a slabbed rookie card, even if it's a 9. So this is one of the kind of better Chronicles rookie cards. His Studio PSA 9. This one actually is really nicely centered. Has good corners. I'm not sure if there's maybe a scratch on it somewhere, but I did submit this myself, I'm pretty sure. And it got a 9. This card has a nice little rainbow finish too, so it's not a chromium card. It's still on, you know, cardboard, just cardboard stock, but the rainbow finish, I feel like this is a really good looking card. You know, it's a decent photo, and the rainbow finish and nice centering of it is pretty cool looking. So I have to say, you know, I'm sure this card wouldn't go for much, maybe $30-$40 in a PSA 9, but it would be a pretty sweet card to have, I would think, for anybody, you know, who wants to have a Luka rookie card on the cheap. So I don't know, look for that one if you're interested on eBay and having something that looks pretty sweet for pretty low money. Then we got a bunch of just kind of lower end paper rookies out of Chronicles. Again, the hope, you know, is to get a 10 out of these. I'm sure nowadays these base rookie cards, you know, paper Chronicles cards in PSA 9 are probably worth like $20, $15, so maybe the price of grading. But back when I submitted them, you know, that would have been probably a $50, $60 card even as a 9, so it made a ton of sense. So this is probably the lowest end card you can get out of Chronicles. It's the actual Chronicles brand card out of 2018 Chronicles, and this one got a 10, so any PSA 10 rookie of Luka is nice. I'm sure this probably fetches like $50 or so, which, you know, is not bad. It's otherwise a pretty lackluster card, you know, but it's rookie, and it's a 10, so that's about what you need to get to $50 level, I think. So this is the exact same card, so I got 2 10s of these. Here's another pretty low-end one, but I don't know, the fact that it's a Score brand as opposed to the Chronicles brand, I think makes it maybe worth a little bit more than those Chronicles PSA 10s, but again, a PSA 10 low-end rookie, you know, probably going to be about $50. So, I don't know, the fact that it's a Score brand as opposed to the Chronicles PSA 10s, but again, a PSA 10 low-end rookie, you know, probably going to be about $50. So, I don't know, the fact that it's a Score brand as opposed to the Chronicles PSA 10s, but again, a PSA 10 low-end rookie, you know, probably going to be about $50. subset PSA 10, very nice. These cards are not in any particular order, but definitely I think the lower end stuff is first. And the higher end stuff is last, like generally speaking. Like the last card that we pull, or that I show might be the highest end card in here, but there could be some stuff, you know, that's like out of order if you're wanting things to be organized strictly by price, you know, low to high. So anyways, so this is the first Chromium card we've seen here. It's a Chronicles subset, Phoenix, you know, Phoenix subset of Chronicles. I'm pretty sure, I'm sure I would have submitted this myself. Unfortunately, only got a PSA 9. This is the kind of card in a PSA 10, a Chromium rookie out of Chronicles. You know, might get you $80, $90, $100, I would think. But a 9, not going to be very much, so. And here's another card that, you know, in current times would not have been submitted. Because even as a PSA 10, this second year contenders, contenders draft, just really doesn't have much value. But any PSA 10 or PSA 9 rookie of Luka, I'm going to be happy to have slabbed. So I'm happy to have it in my collection. Pretty cool PSA 10 right there. This one I pulled on a video I did not too long ago of 2020 Prizm, probably some retail format. And it's a silver Prizm of this dominance insert. Really a third-year card, you know. It is a silver Prizm, which is nice, but this is kind of scraping the barrel of stuff to submit because it's a third-year insert. But thankfully it got a 10, so it's probably worth, certainly worth the price of grading. And once again, happy to have a slabbed card of his that's a 10. Alright, here's another base card. Second year base Prizm, PSA 10. Probably a $20 card, $25 card. And here's we've had a ton of Chronicles there. I think everything up until now has been Chronicles. I guess there was that insert and some Prizm stuff, but base stuff. But this is a status rookie 2018, and these status cards have that nice rainbow finish in the background. So that's kind of a cool look that gives this one a little bit more of a premium finish. That I think I looked these up the other day, and they're like 100 and 115, 120 range. So they're definitely a little bit better than the Chronicles ones. But the Chronicles, to get a Chronicles rookie of Luka is pretty easy because there's so many of them. That's the way Chronicles is. So if you were buying unopened product to get Luka rookies, the Chronicles is probably your best bet. But good to have a status. Alright, here's another one I pulled out of Revolution 2019 Vortex insert. This one only got a PSA 10. It's a very loud card. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of mirrory, rainbowy stuff and gold foil all over the place. Kind of cool looking, but ultimately not very valuable. That's the kind of card that really has to get a 10, I think, to be of much value. This one I kind of like a lot, and I actually had just like this thing sitting around in a box of commons before I found it and said, hey, you know what, that actually looked pretty clean. I should send that in. So I was pretty jazzed to get a PSA 10 on this. This is a card that comes out of Prizm Fast Break, which is one of the forms of Prizm basketball that comes out each year. And this just has a photograph of the entire 2018 draft class. So you got Luka, Doncic right there, and you got Trae Young right there, and you got DeAndre Ayton, I think, right there or there. I can't tell. It's too small. prism style. That those kinds of prisms are exclusive to Fast Break product. Alright, here's another kind of silly one that I pulled myself and it looked clean, so I said let's send it in, and sure enough it got a PSA 10, but this is a second year, insert. It's not a parallel, not even a silver, so just not a lot of value there. But again, I if you've seen me open anything, I get excited about any Luka I pull, so, and I love it that there is a player that I actually care that much about. It's kind of like if I pull a Yankee out of a, product or something, get like a Yankee auto of some scrub rookie that no one's ever heard of, but I've seen him play in all of his games. It's exciting to me, and I think that's important. If you don't get that kind of joy out of a product, you're probably always going to feel sort of ripped off opening stuff for, that costs hundreds or thousands of dollars. Alright, so here's yet another just kind of a silly, base insert. This one's actually from the rookie year, so this is actually probably a lot nicer than those other inserts to have. Luckily it got a PSA 10, so I'm guessing this might be like a $50 or $60 card, just because it's from his rookie year. Okay. I'm just trying to put all this back here that we've gone through, so I don't have too much stuff laying around here. Okay, so this is a rookie Optic shock prism. These came in boxes that had like a complete set of rated rookies in them in this shock prism parallel, and I opened I think a couple of those in my life, and I think I might have somehow picked up another one of these. I'm trying to look through the stack here. I guess maybe not. Maybe it's just the two that I opened and sent in myself that I have. But anyways, these are notoriously difficult because to grade, because they have these like horizontal print lines. They're like actually pretty thick ones that just are inherent in printing this particular style of prisms. So the fact that those are so common, and I'm trying to see if there's one in here. I don't think actually there is, but I'm pretty sure there is in one of these. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I know I've got cards with them, but maybe not these two. But yeah, these grade pretty harshly. This one's actually off center, left to right. It's kind of hard to tell because there's so much busyness, but they look pretty cool. I mean, they're really colorful and kind of crazy with the little waveform pattern. So I really like these. They're not very high dollar, but they're kind of cool looking, I think. So I got a couple of these. Both of them are PSA 9s. And I actually think the PSA 10s do not go for enough of a premium, given how hard they are to get. So, well, here's one of the very rare numbered rookies of Doncic, or at least rare in my collection. I just don't have that many numbered cards of his. I do have a handful. That one absolute memorabilia rookie memorabilia card was numbered to 75. That's probably one of the lowest numbered rookies of his I have. And this is a Donruss press proof number to 349, so that got a 9. Pretty cool card. I have a bunch of these, just Optic bases. Here's a couple of 9s, and there's actually another 9 behind it. So these are all cards I just submitted myself. I opened a fair bit of Optic back in the day and pulled a bunch of his stuff out. And graded pretty much all of it. Those are the 9s, and then I've got quite a few 10s. I've got 2 right here. I feel like we might see more because I just feel like I had a bunch of these. But which is, pretty crazy when you think about it. Just to get a base rookie card out of Optic for $300-400 is, pretty nuts. Okay, this is one I definitely bought, graded. I really love, blue parallels. A lot of people like blue parallels for Luka because, it's a color match with his jersey, and it just really looks cool, especially like this card. He's got the deep blue jersey on instead of their like white jersey or one of their other jerseys. By the way, they have some ugly jerseys. I think these blue ones are pretty good looking. Luckily, that's what they wore during a lot in most of his, rookie year photos. So get a lot of that jersey showing up. Yeah. Anyways, this is just a 9, and this is not a blue, a regular blue hollow. This is a blue velocity, which is just a parallel that comes in one of the retail formats of Optic, so not very high end, but still looks pretty cool. Some might even say it looks cooler than the regular blue, but that might be a stretch. Alright, then we got, I think, just a couple of these just base PSA 9 rookies. I think I bought both of these on eBay, and I'll tell you a little story about dodging a bullet. A lot of the cards you're going to see from this point forward are ones that I bought in kind of maybe a month or two window of time where I just wanted to get as much variety of parallels of the 2018 Prizm rookie card as I could, and at that same time I was also kind of interested in buying a bunch of base. And when I bought these, they were going for $500. These are the PSA 9s. The PSA 10s were going for like over $1,000, and I thought the PSA 9s seemed like a pretty nice little, deal. But I only ended up picking up 2. There was a guy who had a lot of these, a group of them. I think it was like 10 for like, I think they were like $490 a piece or so. And I had actually bought that lot from him, but he just like ghosted me, never shipped them. I got a refund. I was pretty pissed. But these cards right now I think are worth like $100 some, like $120 maybe. So I'm glad I did not win, or that guy did not, come through. This one I've got a little note on. This one I bought from a Probstein auction. He's one of the biggest, I think actually the biggest seller of sports cards on eBay, and he's just a consignment house. So you send stuff to him, he takes photos and lists them, and there's a lot of shill bidding that goes on in their auctions, because basically people who submitted those cards to him to auction off will then go bid, with their own eBay accounts on those auctions. And some people believe Probstein and or people that work with him or for him or around him will also shill bid, but I've not seen any evidence of that. And a lot of people just sort of accuse every auctioneer of shill bidding, so it's just sort of a standard claim in the industry. But in any way, I mean, the cards that Probstein lists certainly do seem to get premiums over other people who list them, but that could be for a variety of reasons. If you're a big seller, you have some access to clientele that the average person does not, so you may very well just get higher bids. Anyways, I marked this as a reholder because I recall there was like some kind of like piece of lint or something in here that I thought should be removed. And yeah, will I ever get this reholdered? Probably not. But anyways, this is just a green. That's a retail. It's like the sort of standard retail prism. It's unnumbered. It's quite common. It looks pretty cool because it's a regular prism, not like a shock or a laser or a shimmer or any of those other kinds that are generally seen as sort of cheap. But it is quite should say, when I was buying all of these parallels of his rookie Prizm card, I was always interested only in PSA 9s. I just felt 10s were beyond my sort of budget. And if you know me, you know that I value quantity over quality, which is perhaps a terrible idea, but it is an idea. And I tend to want more. Like if I could have 3 PSA 9s of a card versus 1 PSA 10, I would do the 3. Not as an example, right? If the market value was the same, for 3 base compared to 110, right? Then I would do the 3 9s. That's just how I roll. I don't know. I love volume. I like to have lots of things. So all of these prisms you're going to see are 9s, unless there's something that's kind of from a time when I was not going expressly after 9s. But yeah, I was just basically trying to find as many different parallels of this card as I could, and I didn't really get that far. And there's a ton of parallels, and a lot of them are numbered and will be redonku expensive, so I didn't get very far, and I just kind of quit. But I still have a fair number of parallels of this card as a part of that process. So here's a Ruby Wave. It's another retail parallel in one of the retail formats. I can't remember what this comes out of. I think it's like some kind of blaster. And another red. I have 3 of these for reasons unbeknownst to me, but the red ice. All of these are PSA 9. I don't know why I got there. I think I just maybe thought I found a deal, on a couple of them after I bought the first one. So I just kept grabbing them up. This one is a little bit more rare than either of those two. It's a Hyper Prism. This is a hobby parallel, so it is fairly more desirable than the kinds of red, green, and other retail-only prisms. But it is not numbered. And this is a PSA 9. And this is just a regular, uncolored fast break prism out of the fast break product. And I like these prisms. A lot of people don't like these prisms, but I kind of do actually. I really love the disco prisms. So I will be caught buying products that have disco prisms in them, even if they're there's lots of products now that have these disco prisms other than fast break. So I will buy those up a lot of the time. Like I bought a lot of 2019 Hoops Premium hanger boxes because they have like 3 I think purple fast or disco prisms in each of the boxes. So anyways, another 9, of course. Here we have Pink Ice. Again, this is I think a mega box retail exclusive card. So one format to get this in. And of course, everybody who's a Luka collector needs a silver, rookie Prizm. So I got one of those. For now, I'm sure I probably lost money on that so far, but that's okay. We're Luka believers over here, so it's only a matter of time before he wins a title, I hope. This is our weird looking card. He looks like some kind of Amish dude with like a weird beard, but I think that's just like a shadow. I don't know that he ever had a beard like that. But anyways, this card is relatively high-end, out of Chronicles. It's an Obsidian preview, it says on the back. Preview, so kind of a cool card with the black border, and all of them are refractor prisms. That's just the way the Obsidian design is. And this is a PSA 10, one of the rare PSA 10s I have. Kind of at the higher end of this collection. So I bought that one, graded. I've never pulled that card. I think it might come only out of Hobby, and I've never opened any Hobby formats of 2018 Chronicles. So this one and a bunch of those Optic, I think PSA 9s, and that numbered press proof Donruss rookie I all bought together from a subscriber to the show here. So shout out. And I was happy to get these cards because they're, two of them were numbered. And this is a 2018 rookie year Diamond Kings Emerging Artists Sapphire Blue. It is numbered to 25, so this is the lowest numbered rookie card I have of Luka. Unfortunately, it's only a PSA 8. It's got some rough corners, but I'm pretty happy to have it regardless. It didn't really cost that much, compared to other rookie cards numbered to 25 of this guy. So I'm happy to have a really low numbered rookie of his around. This is a second year card, but it's the first year of Net Marvels, and this stuff really was popular not too long ago. I think it's still relatively popular, but as with everything, value has gone down. I pulled this card out of a box of Donruss that I opened, and it went into a just a place I put cards. The cards that were inside went there after I opened it, and I just forgot about it for a long time. I didn't actually really know that the Net Marvels set was a very popular one, and that the cards had a lot of value. So eventually I was going through that box that had this, and this was after I realized Net Marvels were very collectible. And I found that I had a Luka, and I was like, oh, cool, awesome. Looks pretty sharp. I think I'll maybe send that in for grading, and I did. And this was one of the orders that I think took a long, long time to get back to me. So I was super psyched when that came back at 10. I would have been pretty bummed if this was a 9, because as a 10, it's quite valuable. I mean, it's gone down a lot, as with everything else, but it's still quite desirable. This is another self-graded card. I pulled this from a pack of 2019 Select. It looks like, I don't know, like it should be off-center, because if you look at the border there between the gold border and the edge of the card and the gold border and the edge of the card here, like it's way thicker here than here. So, on the other hand, if you look here, the edge of the card to the gold border there is like way thicker than over there. So I don't know how they judge centering on these, but it's sort of like, I don't know if it's just not sort of intuitive, but I don't know. I'm happy to have my 10 though, because another thing is these cards, these die cut cards, often are very difficult to grade because they have like a corner there, little sort of semi-corner like indentation there, corner there, corner there, corner there, corner there. So it's like a lot of areas that can get dinged a little bit, and they will ding you if you have dinged cards. So yeah, die cuts are notoriously difficult to grade. So to get a PSA 10, I should look at like the pop count for this, but this is a numbered card as well. There it is, 249, so it's pretty high numbered, but still a numbered card, and a PSA 10 is pretty sweet. That's a second year card right there. Alright, this is a card I pulled out of 2018 Prizm Blaster box. I got a case of blasters at one point for like $300, I think, back in 2018 or maybe 2019, and kind of held on to it unopened for a while. Eventually I broke into it, opened some of the boxes, and this bad boy was in there, so I had this ungraded for a long, long time, and then eventually I said, you know what, I'm just going to send all my Luka rookies in to get graded, win, lose, or draw, and this one got a 9, and I was sort of expecting a 9, because again, these thick cards are super hard to grade. cases because it was one of the very few still reasonably affordable 2018 products when I picked it up. And this was after, kind of 2019, I think, that I got that. So, Luka had blown up and the card market was starting to blow up. And I was like, man, I can't see any 2018 stuff that's even remotely affordable. So, I found a case of this stuff somewhere for relatively cheap money. Maybe like $150 a box or $200 a box or something. And I opened one box of that stuff, and I got this New Year parallel of Luka Doncic. And in PSA 10, this is quite a nice card. But unfortunately, it came back a 9, which was a bummer. I was really hoping to get a 10 on this. But yeah, so somewhere I have the rest of the boxes of this case sitting around. Funny, I haven't thought about those in a while. I'm not quite sure. I was just looking through my 2018 unopened stuff, and I have that case probably sitting in a slightly different area just because it doesn't fit with all my other 2018 boxes, but more on that later. This card I bought this card graded, and I bought it at a time when the price of this card was equal to the price of a PSA 10 base rookie. And I think they have differentiated quite a bit. This card has become significantly more expensive than a PSA 10 base Prizm Luka Doncic rookie card. So it ended up being a pretty good idea. I think I bought this for like $400. And it has been as high as like $2,500 now. I'm sure it's down to like $900 or $1,000. But this is a red, white, blue Prizm. It comes in a special pack of cards in cello hanger or cello packs of Prizm, which I've opened on this channel probably many times in different years. Each year the red, white, blues look a little different. This year in 2018 they decided to make it look like a barber pole, and a lot of people don't like that. I kind of think it's interesting, so I don't have any objection, but I just felt when I bought this, I think I have some notes. It was a $400 card, and at some point I looked it up and it was worth $835. But I don't know. It's a nice card. I think it's definitely. It's gained in value since I bought it, and I think it's held its value relatively well compared to other types of retail Prizms. All right, this is the last card I have. The single card I have. And this is the rarest and most valuable one I have. This is a choice Prizm from the choice format of Prizm basketball. The blue, yellow, green Prizms are not numbered. They're the most common, I think, choice specific parallels. But they are still quite rare. It's a PSA 9. I took some notes on this. I paid $2,112. I actually don't know when these dates are from, but I think this card was in my video of like my top 20 or 25 most valuable cards, and I think that's probably when the pricing was from. So there's not a lot of sales of these because there aren't many out there. I kind of want to look now, so I'm gonna pull you guys over here to eBay. I don't know if that search is going to be specific enough. So nothing for sale. Oh, okay, there's one at PSA 10. This is for $5,300. This suggests to me that the PSA 9 is going to be quite a bit lower than I would hope. But I guess there's just not many, because there's just nothing coming up. say 10 of it for like 6,000 right now. And that's not even, a sold, so who knows what that one might actually sell for. But still, a cool looking card. Happy to have it in my collection. And, as mentioned, I don't really have any like high-end Lukas at this point. But I do have some really nice unopened stuff, and I have a fair bit of it. That would have Luka's rookie cards in it. So I thought I'd show you that because, first and foremost, my collecting/investing is focused on unopened product. It's what I've always loved. It's what I'm most familiar with and comfortable with, and it's what I love to buy. And try not to open too much of it because it's definitely better kept sealed than opening. But who knows what Lukas might lie inside some of these boxes. I'll show you. So this is a 2018 Optic fast break. And I actually bought these relatively recently. They were a restock that my distributor had. I'm sure I overpaid for them compared to what they're worth now. And, probably was a mistake to buy them, but it is what it is. It's a fun product to have because I have some other stuff that is sort of similar to this. We'll get to that in a minute. But, so this has fast break, prisms in it, which would be, generally numbered if they're colored, as well as you can get regular hollows in here. You can get, base Optic rookies. So a lot of cool stuff in here. And I think I have like 2 or 3 of these boxes. This is Spectra, and when I bought this stuff, this was one of the very last products from 2018 to go up in value. I bought these boxes for like $300, and every other like 2018 box was like $1,000 at the time. So I was like, man, that could have Luka rookies in it. Why don't I just buy a bunch of those? So I bought like 5 of them or something for $300 a piece. And in the heyday of 2020, these things were up to, I think, like $3,000 a piece. They have 4 autographs in them, which is quite a lot. I opened one of these boxes, got completely, garbage out of it. There's not many cards. There's 8 cards, so it's really high risk, high reward kind of product. And now Spectra stuff is generally quite expensive when it comes out. I think the brand has gotten a little more established and respected. So, anyways, these are probably like a $1,500 box right now, I would guess. And I think I have 3 of these, 3 or 4 of them. This is one of the boxes in that case that I bought for $300 back in 2019. I still have maybe like 6 or 7 of these left out of 20. That were in there. I've sold a few, over the years. I've opened a bunch. And I have the remainder, just kind of sitting peacefully on my inventory shelves. So I thought I'd show these off. These boxes were like $600-700 back in 2020. Now they're, I think, about $300, maybe a little bit less than that. So they have really dropped, as has everything. These are kind of interesting. These were like, I bought these from my distributor back when they actually had stock of like, products that they purchased but didn't sell enough of, so they had them sitting around. And you could buy them for, pretty low prices, not quite the, wholesale price, but definitely a price lower than what they were selling for, like at Blowout, which, you can't do now. Everything they sell is at like Blowout prices. So this product, I think, was just not very well loved at the time it came out, and for a year or 2 after. So it was just sitting around. These were like, I think, $60 a box. I paid for them. They've gone up significantly in value. You get 2 autographs, 2 rookies, and 5 inserts per box. There's only 15 cards in here, so it's a pretty small, product. But for what I paid for these, it was a huge win. There's a ton of numbered cards in here. I've opened like 1 or 2 of these. Haven't got anything good. decent autos out of them. Not none of the big boys, but some half decent autos out of them. But I think I still have 8 or 9 of these sitting around. So at one point these were like $800-900 a box. I'm sure they're down to like whatever, 250, 300, 400, something like that. All right, and now these bad boys. This is Prizm Fast Break. I bought a case of these for like $1,500 back in whatever 2019, when this stuff was, you know, all Prizm. 2018 was just not very well loved. I wish I would have bought 50 cases, but I didn't. I bought one case. I ended up selling a bunch of these boxes for $400 or so, you know, when the Luka train kind of got moving again. And I deeply regret each one of those sales, because at one point these things were like $3,500 or $4,000 a piece. Now they're way down. They're probably, you know, $2,000 or so, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, depending on the day. But they're a very rare box. You cannot find these things, and I think they're fantastic and amazing. I love them. I'm a huge fan of the Fast Break products, because they have those disco prisms, which are, you know, you're generally going to get, I don't know, like 4 or 5 numbered colored prisms of those, you know, disco prisms out of a box like this. And that is pretty awesome to get that many number cards. So I really love this product format. Every year since then, I have bought at least, you know, like 6 or 7 boxes of Fast Break Prizm basketball, and just sort of, you know, put it in the collection, put it next to these guys. So I have, you know, a bunch of 2019, bunch of 2020, bunch of 2021. Actually, you know what? I don't have any 2021. I gotta grab some, but luckily it's a lot cheaper than any other Prizm product. So yeah, I have 8 of these left out of 20 that were in the case. So yeah, wish I had just kept that thing sealed. Or actually, I wish I would have kept it sealed and then sold it in 2020. Because then, you know, it was whatever, it was like a $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 case at one point. Alright, that's my Luka collection for you guys. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope there's 1 or 2 Mavericks fans out there, and I hope to see you all next time. Please do like and subscribe, and check out my other channels. I'm posting every day, but rotating the channel that I'm posting on. So if you want to get the maximum exposure to my content, please do subscribe to all my channels, and you will get a video a day out of the 3 of them. So we'll catch y'all later.